G'day everybody, welcome back to this episode. In this episode we're going to be learning about how to outline somebody in Photoshop. But before I roll the intro, I'm not going to roll the intro this time, I'm going to roll something else that I've been working on. Little 15-second video, so check it out. What did you think of that, guys? That's something I've been working on for just a couple of nights, and I'm not sponsored by Emu Export. That's just the beer I drink. It's a West Australian beer, so any West Australian will know exactly what that tastes like. Yeah, it was just a bit of fun, really. You know, just thought I was inspired by a few other YouTubers. Daniel Sheffer's got a really big channel, and yeah, he does a lot of food and a lot of commercial looking stuff, so that kind of inspired me to do that. So just having a muck around, that's the first real thing I've really recorded on video with the DSLR, and I was kind of blown away with the actual results on when you can put a nice lens on your camera. So now I'm rabbiting on a bit about the Emu Export. But let's just jump straight into the tutorial. Okay, so everybody's seen the common thumbnail that everybody likes to use, and if you've seen the thumbnail of this video, you've seen I have a white outline, but the title says one-click outline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to get this effect around your little outline around your body or whatever it is you want in one click. And obviously to start off, it's not going to be one click, but we're going to create an action in Photoshop, and then once we've done it once, we can just play that on any image possible. So now with all that out of the way, let's jump into Photoshop. Okay, so the first thing you do, you've got your layer unlocked. You want to go to actions on the left here. If you haven't got actions, you can go up to the window and you can find it there. So you want to click on actions, and you want to go down to this add button, and you want to say create new action. I'm going to name this one click outline. Now any step up to this point is going to be recorded until you press the stop button. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make a selection of me. Now the 2020 versions of Photoshop are going to do a much better version of an actual person. Intelligence of the softwares are becoming better and better at recognizing humans and people and animals and all different sorts of things. So one click normally sorts out pretty much a perfect selection. So you want to go to the quick selection tool, any selection tool, and up the top you're going to see this select subject. You're going to click on that. It's going to do its little thinking, and it's going to do a pretty good job of outlining you. There was a little spot down the bottom, and it has selected the laptop as well, but we don't worry about that for now. The next thing we want to do is we want to go to save selection. Now what we want to do is put it on a new channel, and we're going to name this cutout. Press OK. Now, when you go to channels, it's going to be down the bottom there. We need that for later. So we're going to right click, we're going to go to layer via copy. Now that's put me on a new layer on the top here. If we turn that one off, you can see that's just me on that layer, nothing else. Now if we select the bottom layer, and then we go to this tab down the bottom, and we want to do a solid color layer, or solid color adjustment layer. I'm just going to choose white for now. Now we're going to go back to our channels, and we're going to go to our cutout path that we saved earlier, and that's going to reactivate the selection. Now what we need to do is we need to expand the selection. So what we need to do is we need to go up to select, we need to go to modify, and we need to go to expand. I'm going to expand this to 25 pixels. This can vary depending on what kind of resolution your camera has, so just have a play around with these figures, and then when you know you're making your thumbnails from the same camera, you might say some lower megapixel cameras might only be 10 or 15 pixels expansion, or if it's a more high resolution camera, you might have to expand that further. Once you're done with that, press OK. Now with this selection active, we're going to just delete this layer mask here on the right hand side. We don't need that one. We need one that's going to layer Now when we're going to click this add layer mask button with the selection active, there you go, bang, it's going to create a white border 25 pixels all the way around your subject. So that's pretty much how you get to this stage of the video. If you're more interested in how I got the rest of the thumbnail to look the way it did, stick around. So we're going to carry on here. For the people that, if that's all you came for, then cheers for coming and goodbye. Those people didn't subscribe. They just came here for the free info, but that's cool. Okay, next we want to do is we want to stop recording. So remember what this whole time we've been recording in a action. So now if we play something back on any image, it should do the exact same thing. So let's have a look. Let's just delete these for now. And let's go to our channels and delete that cutout path. And let's go back to layers. Now see, this is the original image. If I go to actions, let's just collapse that, find out the one click outline. Let's press play. It's gonna do its thing. It's gonna run through all those things that we recorded, that we did the first time, and bang, there you go. You've got your outline and exactly how you want it with one click. Okay, so for the people that are gonna stick around, I'm gonna show you how to get the next part, which is maybe get rid of the outline around the laptop, and we're gonna add like a gradient and a few other things, so you know exactly how I made the thumbnail. Okay, so the best thing about creating everything on a new layer, I originally chose white, but now we can change this to any color we want. So when we click on this solid color adjustment, we can go to any color here, blue, or any other color you want. You can just choose now that this is all outlined. You can just choose whatever color you want. Choose any color you want. You can go absolutely crazy. But we're gonna keep to white just for now because we want to do a gradient in the background. So the next thing you want to do is you want to click the bottom layer, and you're going to go to the adjustment layers again, and you're going to click this gradient. Now when you click up in this actual gradient bar, it's going to open up this panel. You can change this color at the bottom. I'm going to change this to maybe some sort of a pink. And up the top here, you click these ones, this is your opacity. So I want this to be 100% opacity, and I press OK. Now these are all your different options here. You've got all these different things. You've got angles, so you can adjust what kind of angle these gradients go across your screen. You can have a play around with that. I'm going to keep mine at 90. The scale, that's going to adjust basically how much it feathers in, as you can see there. And there's other ones here, radial. You can play around with the scale on that one. You can see what that's kind of doing. You can go to angle. This is the one we're going to keep, I think. I'm going to muck around with these figures a little bit with the scale. Once you're happy with that, you can press OK. Now you have that on your layer. Now the next thing I want to do is take care of the laptop. Now I just created a mask on the solid color adjustment to make the outlines. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to go to the brush tool. Press B for brush tool if you want. Make sure it's a hard edge brush. Make sure the color is black that you're painting with. Flow and opacity is 100, and we're just going to paint that out. Just be a little bit careful. If you go in on where it outlined me, you're going to lose that as a selection, but this is pretty far away, so it shouldn't be any drama. That's taking care of the white border around the laptop, but we still want to get rid of the laptop. So we need to go to the cutout layer, and we're going to add a layer mask onto this. And same deal, we're going to go paint black on the actual layer, so we're hiding that part of the layer. And we're just going to hide that little laptop that it for some reason selected, it picked it up as a subject. And there you go. The rest of the writing and stuff, I'm not going to include this in the tutorial because it's going to be way too long. So I hope you found this tutorial interesting. What do you guys think of the new setup that I've got at the moment? I've got a 50mm lens, which is not normally, it's way too long of a lens for this type of studio work, but the story behind that was when I was filming with this, I actually got my 24-70mm out, which is here. This guy's broken. Damn, it's the aperture blades are stuck at f22, so I was going to originally use this to shoot these little beer commercial or whatever you want to call it. It's not a commercial, it's not paid, but I was just having a bit of a play around. And yeah, this lens finally packed up on me, so I'm gonna have to get it repaired. I think it's gonna cost me $400 or $500 to get it repaired, but these are still worth $1,000 or so bucks, so it's definitely worth fixing. So the story behind that is I've got my little 50mm 1.4 lens on, and that's why it looks a lot more narrow, but it also is a f1.4, and if you haven't watched my lens videos, go click the link up the top here. I'm explaining about aperture and all that sort of good stuff and why lenses are expensive. But this little 50mm lens is only worth $100 or $200 secondhand, or maybe $300 brand new, and you can get blurry backgrounds and all sorts of stuff that I made. I made that video with the beer can with the lens that you're watching me through. So got my little new blue LED. It's actually an RGB light, so it can change all different colors. That's what the cool kids are doing these days, so why not copy everybody else? And yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the little notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. Give this video a like, it does help out the channel. Remember, I'm trying to grow this channel to at least 100 subscribers at the moment. That might sound a bit crazy, but to me 100 subscribers would mean the world to me, so would really appreciate if you guys subscribe and share with your friends, because I've got stacks and stacks of content. I'm learning video and I know a lot about photography, so go check out all my other videos that I've got, and I'm actually giving away this print when we get to 100 subscribers. So I'm trying to grow this channel, so any likes, comments or shares really does go a long way for this channel, and just trying to get my name out there. But that's it today, guys. I'm sure I'm boring you now with all the little my life stories, so cheers for subscribing and liking, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.